I am on.
You ready, Amanda?
Yeah, we're going for a hike. There he is.
I'm on.
Yep.
Got him on.
I got one on, Amanda.
I got one on. There he goes. He swims away. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Gale Force Twins episode. Now today we are doing something super cool. A little different. It's still
Obviously
fishing.
different. We are currently in North Carolina and we are going to be fly fishing in East Tennessee today for trout. Now, fun fact, I've only ever fly fished I think 2 or 3 times in my life, and my first fish on fly was a sailfish. Now, I don't know how you top that, but to be honest, I've caught so many sailfish in my life that I am more excited to go catch a trout.
So my first fish on fly was a little bit more traditional. It was a trout, but then my second fish ever on fly was a sailfish. And it's pretty crazy. When we went to the fly shop the other day, we told the guy, it's like, yeah, I mean, I've caught sails on fly, and they're like, wow, that's so cool. And like, it is super cool, but like Amanda said,
to me, it seems pretty easy to throw a fly behind a teaser
and lob it out
and just lob it out there
yeah.
in front of a sailfish. And you don't even need to get that close to the sailfish because they're just gonna come pummeling in for that
Yeah.
fly. Whereas now, we are gonna do something that requires a little bit more finesse.
Yes, we definitely are. So that's today's plan, is to go fly fishing for trout. My name is Emily.
My name's Amanda, and welcome to the channel, Gale Force Twins.
Swinging him over.
Oh, there we go.
Way to go, Amanda.
Fun fact, we were just practicing. We were practicing our casting, and I caught my first rainbow trout
Yeah, we
on
hardly
fly.
got into the video.
We have hardly started fishing. We haven't even introduced our guide. This is Joe,
Hello.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for taking us out.
and I just caught my first rainbow trout on fly. Look at this little guy. That is so fun. So we're gonna have to tell you everything we're doing today, but we just caught this fish while practicing before we even got to say anything. I got one on, Amanda. I got one on. Okay, Emily's.
Yep, I was videoing Amanda, and I felt my line. I felt a fish on my line.
All right, so there's the, if you look at the orange, mine's yellow, Emily's is orange. We're fishing with indicators, AKA bobbers. And she caught a fish very quickly as well.
All right.
In the
Rainbow
boat.
in the net. That was kind of crazy.
There you go.
Amanda, look at that beautiful fish.
Nice
I got
job.
my first rainbow trout.
So they're biting while we're practicing. We haven't
They
even started down the
are.
river, so you can clearly see we've got the dam behind us, and we literally put the boat in right there, and we are just practicing getting our fly fishing technique down.
Like I said, I was just holding my rod over the side, trying to videotape you release yours, and sure enough, I got a fish on, just like that. Releasing my first rainbow trout, second one of the day. Gonna face him upstream and upright.
Emily is on again. You can see her orange indicator right there. There's her
Which is
fish.
essentially just a bobber.
It's just a bobber. I keep wanting to call it a cork. Is it made out of cork?
Some are. These are actually just foam.
Okay, so
foam.
these are foam.
Yep.
And here's our fish. Now this here is a wild rainbow trout, meaning that he's not stocked. And the way we can tell that, which is why we have the net there, we definitely want to take good care of these guys. The way we can tell that is their lower fins are basically not beat up, and they still have that white on their fin right there. And hopefully we can catch another one that has been stocked to show you the difference. A little squirmy. But let's go ahead and release this guy.
All right, Amanda, put him over the side of the
Just
boat.
go over the side.
Upright,
Right
upstream.
Ready? And he swims away. So in this river, we basically have rainbow trout and brown trout. Now, of the rainbow trout, there is the wild rainbow trout, and then there's the stocked rainbow trout. So we could catch stocked and wild, and actually the first 2 we did catch earlier, they were of the stocked species, the stocked bloodline, you could say. And then the most recent one was a wild rainbow trout, and we could catch brown trout as well. So we've already knocked 2 of the 3 main ones off of our bucket list, and we're still at the dam.
And the brown trout are all just wild.
And the brown trout are all just wild. Those
there
are
are
not
no
stocked.
There are no stocked
So,
brown trout.
Right, like I said, we're 2 for 3 on the trout species we could be catching today. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm on. He's just not really fighting much. There we go. There we go. He's on. Got my fish on. Just like that. Bringing him in. Kind of feisty.
I think that's your little brown.
Is it?
Yeah. That's a little brown trout.
Oh, it's a brown trout.
Right up here.
I've caught my brown trout, and we've officially caught all 3 species already in the first 20 minutes of our trip, but you can see he's a brown trout because he's very brown and they've got those little red spots on them. And same thing, his lower fins look really good and they're clean as opposed to being cut up and, or I guess just a little more beat up, and we will see those once we catch another stocked rainbow trout. Releasing my first brown trout ever.
And just like how when we bass fish, we kind of
ready.
hold them until they're ready.
There he
There he
goes.
goes. He swam away, he did it all on his own. And like Amanda said, we've barely gotten into this trip. We've already caught all 3 species. We're quite literally still next to the boat ramp, or over here, they actually call it the put-in, which is kind of funny. It's definitely cultural how down by us, we don't say put-ins, we say boat ramps. But today, we're at the put-in.
I am on. Got another one.
Yep, kind of swing them around.
Oh yeah, I think he might be my biggest one so far. There we go. My personal best rainbow trout. This guy is a stocked trout. And if you can kind of just see the fins right there, so they're just a little bit more beat up, and that's just from growing up in a little tank.
But that's a nice size
This
one,
is my
Amanda.
best rainbow trout to date.
Are you ready, Amanda?
Yeah, we're going for a hike.
We're going for a hike. All right,
going?
so hold on.
Yes.
We're saying bye to our guide because there's some pretty intense rapids up ahead.
Well, it's not that they're intense, it's that they're really shallow.
They're too shallow.
And basically we could get stuck on top of the rapids if all 3 of us are in the boat. And our guide was telling us that last week or so, him and 2 very large men got stuck in the boat. And even though we're small, we're not taking any chances. So we're taking this little trail, this little hike to the other side of the rapids. I think you can hear the rapids. The rapids are through there.
Yep.
So we have already caught all 4, right?
4.
Well, was it 3?
No, 3, Amanda, 3. Brown trout,
Brown trout,
wild rainbow,
and
stocked
rainbow
Yes.
trout. So we've already caught all 3 of our species. Is this where we're supposed to?
It sure looks like it.
I don't know, or would we keep going?
We're at a little bit of a fork in the road.
No, I think we keep going. This is just a lookout. But just come look out and see what the rapids look like. So those are the rapids. You can clearly see those are quite the rapids. You definitely don't want to get stuck on those. And there he is, he's right there. He's right there, behind the tree. And there he goes. He's going down the rapids.
We will get back in the boat, continue down the river, and hopefully catch a few more trout.
Hopefully catch a few more, but we've already caught quite a bit actually. At least I am very happy
The only thing we
with the bit.
haven't done yet,
Yes.
I don't know, I don't think we did,
Yes.
is get the hookup on camera.
I know, because it happened so fast.
Yes.
And next thing you know,
So we're trying
and
hard
this is
for
like
you
a
guys.
2-hand job. Like, I can't have a camera and hold the rod, so we're relying on GoPros. But my GoPro overheated, by the way, Emily, and the battery got stuck inside the GoPro, which is why I asked for your second one. Fun fact. So that's all right, though. We made it to our beach. This looks like our
Here's our
pickup
beach.
point.
We made it to our pickup point. There's Joe coming to get us. I don't know about you, Amanda, but this water looks so refreshing.
Oh my gosh,
Makes
I
me
wanna go
wanna
swimming in it.
Look at those beautiful cliffs. It's pretty amazing out here.
Set. Oh.
I'm on.
Yep.
Got him on.
Hook up on camera.
I got it on camera.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
There he is. We found him in the moving water.
Kind of lift that rod of hair. There it is.
Nice.
Amanda,
Yes.
we have a stocked rainbow trout, and you can definitely tell by looking at the fins.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that I noticed is that the colors are not as red on the fins. Is that accurate?
Yeah, they're like dull or pasty.
More dull, right? Less of that white.
Less vibrant.
Right, that white stripe that the other ones had is definitely not there. Just like our bass, we're gonna kind of hold on to him until he's ready to go on his own. And there he goes, he swims away. We changed our technique. Amanda is now using a dry fly. Prior to that, we were using the indicator rig, where we were basically more so just watching that indicator to see if that fish was on or not. And this time we're using a dry fly. And this fly basically sits on the surface and essentially stays dry, hence the name. And we've had 2 bites now. We've watched it get busted on twice. And the first time, definitely the fish just missed it. Amanda did a good job. The second time, would you say it was your fault, Sissy, or the fish?
I mean, I definitely feel like I hooked it right and the timing was right. I don't know, was it my fault? A little slow.
Probably a little slow.
Okay.
So we gotta work on our timing. And the technique is pretty much the same. So she's casting essentially upstream, up current, and then letting it drift down. And occasionally you'll do a mend in there, which is to basically get any of that slack line that gets ahead of the fly. You don't want it ahead of the fly. You want it upstream of the fly. So Amanda, would you demonstrate a mend?
Not right now.
Not right now. She's when you do
cast,
one, you need to do one.
and that would be like a
that
mend.
would be a mend. Great job. We made a move, and Amanda is still trying the dry fly at a new location. First cast, something already busted on it. Did not get that on camera.
There.
So we're gonna keep trying, and hopefully we can land a trout on the dry fly.
Yep, hold tight.
Oh, is it? It's on!
Hold it.
Yeah,
It's on!
you did it!
Ah, I thought I cut
You
the
did it,
rock. That's why I hesitated.
Bring him over here. Gotta swing him around.
You did it!
Yeah.
Yes! Way to go!
That is a beautiful wild trout. Look at that.
And
trout.
it's a wild
Yeah.
one. Aw,
He is shining.
that is so cool. This here is my first trout or fish ever on a dry fly. So you see these little dark circles
The shadows, they're like shadows.
below the lateral line. Those are called par marks, which the juvenile trout will have, and they will eventually go away as they get older. But
And
check
this is
guy
also
out.
a wild rainbow
Yep, it is a
trout.
wild rainbow trout.
And you'll notice they also have less of those tiny spots.
Because this here is not only my first fish ever on dry fly, my first rainbow trout on dry fly, and it is a wild rainbow trout, so we're giving, and juvenile, it's young, we're giving it extra special treatment. We move the boat over to where there's calmer water so that he can get going on his own. And there he goes. He swam away nice and strong. We hope you enjoyed coming along with us to catch my first trout, one of our first times fly fishing, definitely my first fish on dry fly. I had an absolutely amazing time. If you guys are ever in the North Carolina, Tennessee area, we booked with Speckled Trout Outfitters. Make sure to ask for Joe on your float fishing trip. We had an absolutely amazing time, and don't forget to head to patreon.com/GaleForceTwins for behind the scenes content, exclusive content, extended episodes, and episodes like this available a whole week early. In the meantime, we hope you get out there, have fun, and stay safe. All right. So it's
One big man.
It is. All right, let's in the net. Good job, teamwork.
So basically in this river, we're gonna have rainbow trout and brown trout. I have a question, are both rainbow trout?
Yeah.
So basically this river, we are going to have rainbow trout.
And brown trout.
No, oh yes. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget you can head to patreon.com/GaleForceTwins for behind the scenes content, exclusive episodes. Forgot it.
I meant like with the. No, actually, I want to go behind us.